there, my name is Roxie, and I am one of the case managers at Women of the World. Today, I will be showing you how to use the website Canva to make your resume. So Canva is a free website. What you do is you will make an account, just like I have here for myself. You'll put in an email address and a password, and that is all you need to do to get your account set up. Once you are in the website, you will be here on the home page. And to create a new design, I'm going to click up here on the right-hand side, create a design. I will type in resume, and they actually even have different ones that you can pick from, but I'll just go ahead and click resume. And now it's going to give me a ton of options over here on the left for different templates that I can pick from. So for example, if I were to pick this template here, the most recent one I have used, it's going to auto-populate over here, and every field where there is a box, I can actually type in that box. And I can replace all of the information with my own information. So the first thing I would do is change the information to my name here at the top. And then we're going to have either a little tagline here or some sort of statement of purpose or statement of motivation. So I could either just put in something like experienced case manager, or I could do an entire sentence or two about what my interests are and why I am, passionate about the work that I do. So I could say passionate humanitarian and advocate who helps women. So this would be for me, for example, for my job. So you can really customize it. There are also options to upload a picture of yourself, but you definitely don't have to. And then over here, we're going to put in our contact information. So my email address, I'll put in SLC Utah, and then I might put in my phone number as well. Then down here, we have an education section. So I will enter in my university, college, or technical training and my English classes over here under education. Under skills, I'm going to put my top skills, and I'm going to put skills that are relevant to the job that I am applying for. So for me as a case manager, some skills that case managers need at Women of the World is to speak different languages. So I would put the languages I speak under skills. I would put data entry, because I take a lot of notes in my job and put them into the computer. Maybe I would choose, crisis intervention or conflict resolution as my other skills. These are all things that I do in my job. So for the job that you are applying to, go ahead and look on the job description at the skills they are saying they want the candidates to have, and then choose the ones that you do have and make sure to include them under your skills section. You should be changing and customizing your resume for every job you apply to, because different jobs require different skills, right? And so we need to be picking the information from our past jobs and the things we have learned from those jobs in a way that makes the most sense and is the most relevant for the job we are applying to. So some other skills I could put on here, maybe if I was working in production, for example, I would put that I have my forklift operator certification. Maybe if I was working in banking or as a cashier, I would put that I have cash handling experience, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be different for every single type of job that you apply to. And I always remind people, if you speak more than one language, that is a great skill to put here. Okay, then we get to arguably the most important section of the resume. We are going to put in our work experience. And again, this does not need to be your entire work history, but rather the jobs that are most relevant to the position you are applying for. So for me, for example, I have worked at a homeless shelter as a case manager. And so I definitely put that on my resume when I was applying to Women of the World. I also worked as a hiking guide and a backpacking guide, working in the outdoor industry for several years. I did not include those jobs on my resume for Women of the World because they are not relevant to the job, and I had enough other relevant experience that I wanted to highlight. So if you have too many jobs to pick from, like you have more than 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs that you have done, then you'll want to pick the 4 that are the most relevant. And it doesn't have to mean that they are in the exact same industry, but it's coming back to skills, right? So we want to highlight any jobs we have had in the past where we were learning or using similar skills to the job that we are applying for. So let's just say for me, currently I am a case manager at Women of the World. So you'll start with your most current job here at the top. And I started in 2021 and I'm currently at that job. So I put 2021 to present. Then here I'm going to put the company name. And here I am going to put the location. Now in this section down here, we're going to provide just a little bit more information about what our daily responsibilities were in that role. So I would ask you to think about the things that you spent the most time doing, and of course, with limited space, the things that you did at that job that are the most relevant to the job you are applying to. So for this one, I would say something like provided case management services to 45 clients, provided food and housing security services, engaged community members in professional development, like this video, and so on, right? So you can do bullet points like I have, or you can do just a little paragraph like the example shows. And then the last thing that I want to highlight that's on this resume is going to be your references. So you want to pick 1 or 2 references who are not friends or family, but who are strictly work colleagues. And you want to pick someone who can speak to your work ethic, who can speak to your skill set. And so you want to pick a manager or a coworker who you had a good relationship with at your last job, or maybe the job before that one. It's always good to reach out to the reference and ask them first, can I put you on my resume as a reference? And I, as your case manager at Women of the World, am always happy to act as your reference on your resume. So for me, I might put in Samira, who is our executive director. She is currently my boss. And then here I would put her phone number and her email address. Then they would call her and they would say, you know, we are interested in hiring Roxie. She put you down as a reference. Has she worked for you? Samira would say, yes, she did work for me for, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. She did a great job. I highly recommend you hire her. And so that is the kind of person we are looking for here with the references. Do not put your current employer as a reference unless you have told them you are leaving your job. That is the last thing I would like to say. So once we have filled all of this in, it's really easy to save. I just come up here, I click share, and then I can download it as a PDF document right onto my computer. Then I can email it, I can upload it to online job postings, and I can print it. If you have any questions about making a resume, feel free to schedule an appointment with me. I can help you make your resume, or I can give you feedback on what you have already worked on.